All right, 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM listeners, you already know what time it is, and right here, right now, we got the one and only, we got the legendary K-Dee of the Lynch Mob, C.I.A, so many other legendary West Coast hip-hop pioneering groups, and we got him right here live on the line. How are you doing this evening?
Hey, bud. What's going on with you, my brother?
Hey, man, I gotta say first and foremost, man, I have been a fan of yours for a long time, man. I just gotta say, I'm so glad technology is so advanced the way it is, and we can really make this happen, man, all the way from the West Coast of California right to the East Coast of Canada.
Man, that's what's up, man. You ain't lied about that technology, man. Sheesh. Boy,
It
something else,
definitely,
man. It's something else.
it definitely is, man. It's crazy to see how it evolved so damn quickly, man. If you really think back, social media really hasn't even been popular for that long either. But it feels like forever.
Yeah, it does. It really does. When you actually think about it, you're like, man, it ain't even really been around that long. But hey, I'm glad it's here, though, man. I'm glad it's here.
But K-Dee, I know you're a busy guy, man, so I'm going to dive right into this interview, man. But I want to take you back, way back in the day, man, to the mid-1980s, where you came into the hip-hop scene alongside the one and only Ice Cube, and of course, Sir Jinx, where you guys actually formed the group C.I.A. I was wondering if you can actually tell our listeners the story behind this iconic group, and of course, how did you get connected with, of course, Ice Cube and Jinx?
Well, we pretty much stayed around in the same neighborhood, but when it was time for me to go to junior high school, we all got bused. What I mean by that was we got took to another school in another city. But I mean, so when I went to my bus stop, which was a little couple blocks from my house, there's all the kids standing out there, and in that group was Ice Cube. But me and him didn't become friends until the 8th grade. We ended up being in like 3 different classes together, and we noticed, like, okay, we like the only blacks in this class, and we're like, oh damn, that dude ride my bus. So that's why we started getting close, and from then on, man, that's how we grew it.
And of course, when you guys were in high school and whatnot, and when you got close in the 8th grade, was Sir Jinx around you guys as well, or did you guys meet him kind of at a different time?
Yeah, so Jinx is a year younger than us. So yeah, he was in the junior high school with us too. He was there, but then by the time we got to high school, I think Jinx went to Washington High, which is right around the corner from my house. He went to the high school in the neighborhood, and me and Q stayed out in the valley at Taft High.
And of course, in the year 1987, C.I.A. actually released the iconic single titled My Posse that I read that was produced by the one and only Dr. Dre. I was wondering if you can actually tell our listeners the backstory behind that iconic single, and of course, what was the response on the streets pertaining to that song when you guys did release it?
Man, yeah, you said it, but like, it's the Diggy Doc, y'all. Yeah, Dr. Dre, man, he produced our whole EP back there, man. We were just kids, but we were like 16, man, and we were doing shows at this place called Dudos. It was like it was next to this place called Skateland. It was like a skate ring. Then next to it was a place called Dudos, and they used to throw shows there at both places. So me, Cube, and Jinx, we used to perform in there. Dr. Dre and Yella used to DJ up in there. So we would go in there and perform. We would take old school songs and flip them. Like My Adidas by Run DMC, we changed to My Rubber. Pee Wee Herman song, we changed to VD Sermon. You know what I'm saying? And like making jokes about, getting VD and My Rubber with the My Adidas. And then we started getting popular from that. And then sooner or later, Dre was like, man, let me record y'all. And he came up with the My Posse and Illegal. But first, before that, we skipped over. Before the C.I.A., it was Stereo Crew. That was first. We did a song called She's a Skag. We got signed to Epic Records when we were like 16 years old. And the song really didn't do that good. It didn't really do nothing, really. So Epic had dropped us. And then Lonzo, which is the head of Wrecking Crew, he started Crew Cut Records and then signed us to that. And then that's when Drake produced us, and we did C.I.A.
And I have to ask with the Stereo Crew, man, because obviously you said you were 16 years old when you guys were signed to that label. Like, how did you guys actually acquire that record label? Did you need, like, parents' permission or something like that, or did they just say sign on the dotted line?
No, you're right, bro. We had, man, it's funny. I remember like it was yesterday. We, Lonzo, I think Lonzo hooked it up. I think he the one who got us the meeting or got us, hooked up with Epic. But I remember, man, it's funny when I think about it now. He took us to the damn Hamburger Hamlet. It was a hamburger spot, but it was like an upscale hamburger place, kind of, not real upscale, but a little upscale, whatever. He took us there. My mother, Q's mother, Jink's mother, and we all sat in there, and that's when we signed our contracts for Epic Records. We were 16.
Hey, man, you can never go wrong, man. Signing contracts, making money, and eating some burgers, man. You can never go wrong with that.
For real, man. But hey, he could have took us to Lowry's or something, man. He could have took us to somewhere else better than Hamburger Hamlet. But hey, we were just kids, though. It was all good. We were just happy to be signing with Epic Records, man.
I think that's what Lonzo was thinking as well. He's like, I think these kids will be fine with some hamburgers.
No doubt, no doubt.
But also as well, man, in 1987, while we're still in the 80s, man, I gotta bring this up because you actually had a guest appearance on the iconic NWA and the Posse record on the song Panic Zone. I have to ask, man, what was it like just being a part of that iconic NWA project, man? Because a lot of people think that Straight Outta Compton was the first NWA record, but they always forget about NWA and the Posse, unfortunately.
No, yeah, what's crazy is, I think you're gonna trip out on this. I think that was a misprint because somebody else said that I was on the My Posse album. I wasn't on the My Posse album. I was on the album cover, but I didn't do any music on there. So I think they must have put a misprint. I wasn't on that song.
I gotta say, I'm glad I actually asked that so we could actually clear that up because I think individuals probably think you're on it because you're in the cover though, man. But that is an iconic hip hop record cover.
Oh yeah, man, is it? Like I said, that once again, we were young, but we were like 16 years old when we did that. It was like that was out in Hollywood by McCullough Records. I don't even know if McCullough Records is still around. But yeah, we went up to McCullough Records, and then we went around the corner to the alley where the abandoned building was, and somebody went and bought us some 40s. And at that time, we didn't even drink. None of us really drank beer. We opened the bottles up and poured some out like we drank some of it, and screwed the tops back on and propped it up and made it like we was 8-ball drinkers. But we were little kids, bro. We wouldn't know, we were just pretending.
And also, I have to ask this as well, since we're on the topic of this project. Obviously, you had the opportunity to meet the late great Eazy-E, because of course, you were side by side with him in that particular photo. I have to ask, what was it like just being around a very, very young Eazy-E before NWA really blew up?
Oh man, being around Eazy-E, man, That was the lick, man. Eazy-E was down to earth, man. He was a cool dude, man. He was real cool, bro. He was, man, solid individual. And just the whole the whole NWA movement, man. It was something special, bro. It was really something special. We had no idea that it was gonna turn out the way it turned out. We was just happy to be making music for our homies in the neighborhood. So when it did the way it blew up, we was surprised, bro. Like literally, we were surprised. Nobody knew it was gonna take off the way it took off.
And of course, aside from C.I.A. and whatnot, you were also included in Ice Cube's entourage, known as to the world the Lynch Mob. I was wondering, can you tell our listeners a bit more about that group, and of course, what is the story behind it? Because the Lynch Mob, in my personal opinion, is one of the most influential and famous West Coast groups in all of West Coast hip hop history.
Yeah. Basically, like when Cube left NWA, he needed a name for his clique, and I can't remember what song it was on, but it was on one of the NWA songs, and one of them somebody mentioned the name Lynch Mob, and Cube was like, man, that's gonna be the name of our clique, and that was it. From then on, man. That was the infamous Lynch Mob from there on out. We had J.D., we had T-Bone, we had Shorty, rest in peace. We had my man Dazzy D. We had Sir Jinx. We had Yo-Yo. I mean, bro, we had Dale the Funky Homo Sapien, which was Cube's cousin. The hieroglyphics. Yeah, man, we had a little tight knit crew back then, bro. We had a little tight knit crew.
And I remember as well when the record Gorillas in the Mist dropped, man, such an iconic project.
Ooh, dude, running from the magic. Yeah.
You guys had some phenomenal songs on that. The one I really enjoyed was actually Ain't Got No Class, which is actually featuring Be Real of Cypress Hill, man. It was so cool hearing such a young Be Real on that particular project.
Oh yeah, man, that's my dude too. Be real. Oh yeah, that's all it is the lick too, man. But yeah, you ain't lying, man. That album had some cool cuts on it, man. All on my nutsack. That was another one, man. That album has some cuts on it, man.
And while we're on the topic of the lynch mob and whatnot, I'm pretty sure, of course, you saw the movie in 2015, Straight Outta Compton, where it actually had some of the lynch mob scenes in the movie. And of course, one of the infamous scenes, man, is where Ice Cube goes in Priority Records, and I'm pretty sure you already know the rest. I have to ask, in real life, in that real situation, were you there at Priority Records when Ice Cube actually went in and smashed the place up?
Nah, I wasn't there. I just heard. I heard about it afterwards after it went down. I got wind of it, but no, I wasn't there that day.
I gotta say as well, man, that's pretty crazy stuff in my personal opinion, man. But you know what? If someone has your money, man, you gotta get the money somehow.
Hey man, hey bro, you do all this work, man, writing all this stuff, and you see people out here playing your stuff and letting your pockets ain't looking right, bro, and you know they got it. Come on, man. He had a kid on the way, or I think the baby was here, little Shay was here already, so hey, he had to do what he had to do.
I gotta say, he definitely scared the white off that guy, because I heard after that they actually put security in the building and everything, man. So you know what? He definitely got his paper and probably a little bit more.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, no doubt.
But also, man, November 15th of 1994, you actually released your solo debut album titled Ass, Gas, or Cash, No One Rides for Free. I was wondering, what is the story behind your iconic debut album? And of course, is it actually still available to be purchased today?
The story behind it, first off, it's on social media. It's on all digital platforms, so you can get it on there. As far as finding any physical copies, that's been hard to do, man. And within the last 10, 15 years, man, maybe even 20 years, that my album is a hard album to find, and people finding it on eBay for like $195. But the story behind it is, when I came into this rap shit, man, everybody around me was gangsters. Everybody gangster rap, and that was never my style. I ain't no gangster, bro. I'm a laid back, cool dude. I ain't no gangster. I ain't no rah. That ain't me. So, but I'm not gonna lie. In the beginning, I tried to emulate that. I tried to I know that's what was getting everybody on, talking the gangster stuff. So I tried it in the beginning, but I'm like to myself, man, I know people gonna be able to see through this, man, because it's not me. So I'm gonna stick to my roots. I'm a player. Let me stick to my roots and be a player. So when it came time to do my album, I put Cube to the side and, hey man, you want to do your album? Okay, let's. And once I put Cube to the side about doing my album, he was all in. He was all in. That for the next 2 months, it was nothing but K-Dee. So we were trying to figure out a name for the album, and we thought about those bumper stickers that used to be on the back of the vans, and that saying used to be on the back of vans. Ass, gas, or cash. No one rides for free. And that's how I always felt in my, when I'm messing with a female, whatever, and they go, hey, take me in, can I ride with you? Hey, you ain't riding for free, baby. But that was always my, so when we came with that stick, I'm like, man, that's it right there. That's the name of the album right there. And I'm so glad that I stuck with that, man, because the album to this day, man, it's a classic. And that name, that title it sticks out there.
And I gotta say as well, the name of that album definitely resonates all the way into today, man. Because I'm telling you, if this album would also came out today with the gas prices the way they are, damn.
Yeah, I was gonna say that next. I was gonna say, yeah, it even resonates even today, man. With the gas prices being high. Like, hey, baby, gas is too high. You gotta give us some stuff if you're trying to roll.
And also as well, one of my favorite features you actually have on that particular record is actually Gigolos Get Lonely Too, man. Actually, that was featuring the one and only Morris Day. I was wondering, how did you actually originally get Morris Day on your project? And of course, what was it like just working with him in the studio, man? Because you and him had so much chemistry on that particular project.
Yes. That's crazy, though. I gotta, I can't lie, man. I gotta give it to Cube, man. Cube is the one who pulled that string. He asked me what's the song that I want to remake, and I thought about that one, and I wondered, hey man, he said we can get him, and Q put in a couple of calls, man. And at that time, Q was on top of his game. Everybody wanted to work with him. He had just did the song with Prince. Directed Prince video with Nona Gay, Marvin Gaye's daughter. So he was up on his shit at that time. So everybody wanted to work with him. So when he got the call out to Morris Day, it was a no-brainer. Morris Day was like, yes, I'm cool. I want to, even though it ain't your song, Q, it's when your artist song, I'm with it. And he came down to the studio, man, with his vocal coach, and man, he put it down. I mean, he relayed everything all over you. No samples, no nothing. He was serious about it. And I'm sitting there like in awe, like this dude got his vocal coach with him, like redoing Gigolo, Get Lonely for my album. I was like a kid in a candy store, man, with him and Boosie Collins. I mean, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to jump ahead to Boosie, but both of them, man, I was like a kid in a candy store, man. Like I got both of these dudes on my album. It was crazy, man. It was crazy. Even to the day when I think about it, man, it was.
And I gotta say that Bootsy track is actually phenomenal as well, man. Thought I Saw a Pussycat, legendary song.
Oh yeah, Bootsy the man, bro. I grew up on him. So when Q pulled that string, man, I was really in heaven, man. And then not only did he come and be on Thought I Saw a Pussycat, the dude stayed and came back to the studio every day for like a week and played bass on I think 5 or 6 more songs. And I'm sorry, I can't discredit my other man who played bass, my man Payback, Clint. Clint was another cat that played bass on my songs. I know a couple times before I just only mentioned Boosie, but I got to give it to my man Clint because he played bass on a lot of my tracks too. But Boosie stayed and he played bass on a few of my tracks, man. Him and the legendary Bernie Royale, rest in peace, from Parliament, Funkadelic. He played a mini move on a couple of my songs.
And also as well, just a few years later, man, in the year '96, you were actually featured on West Side Connection's album titled Bow Down, where you actually earned a platinum plaque for that feature. From what you actually can recall, can you tell us a bit more about that recording session? And of course, how does it feel to actually have a plaque on your wall for that project, man? Because that album blew up.
Hey, bang, bang. Yeah, that, man. Hey, it's crazy because once my album was over, I think we did Caution's album after that. And then right after Caution's album, Cube got this bright idea. He's like, K-Dee, he said, I'm going to put together a super group. It's going to be me, Dub C, and Mac 10. I was like, whoa, that would be the shit. And from that point on, like, this is how Cube is. Like when I said that I got it about doing my album, and for the next couple of months it was all K-Dee, same thing with West Side Connection. When he came with that idea about West Side Connection, for the next couple of months it was nothing but West Side Connection. He was going all in on it. Every song banging. But the West Side, the Who Banging song, the one we redid for Mac 10, or for Mac 10's single, we put it on the Who Banging remix. But once again, I'm up against. I'm on a song with everybody in the clique. Everybody in the clique is gangster rappers. Everybody in the clique gangster rappers. K-Dee is the only guy that's laid back, smooth for the ladies. So I'm not knowing how I'm gonna fit in on this song. Like, how am I feeling? This song's called Who Banging. These dudes is who banging on people. They who banging. Like, K-Dee, you don't who bang. You're not a gang banger. So I just went in my bag, man, and came up with the best shit I can come up with. That bullshit, the bullshit. What is this? Got to let these motherfuckers know who mean business. Cut the hammers back and all smiles to the frown. So, and when I came out the booth, Mac 10 was the first one to come up to me like, man, that's what I'm talking about. That right there. And that's when at that point I knew I handled my business on the West Side Connection album.
And I gotta say as well, man, that album is revolutionary in my personal opinion because the self-titled song "Bow Down." When I remember when I first heard that beat, it made my ass jump up off my couch. I was like, "What in the excuse my language, fuck did I just hear?" Like that beat is just so freaking crazy.
Well, if you would have been in the studio while we were doing it, man, in the studio it was just the speakers, man, she was just romping them, man. I mean, just about every song on there, though. Just about every song. The Gangster, the Killer, the Dope Dealer. I mean, that even other song that I was on, Do You Like Criminals? That's another one. I mean, Westward Ho. Man, that album that's a classic album right there. That's a classic album.
And I got to say as well, I can't remember how many. I was gonna say I can't remember how many speakers I actually blew just listening to that CD, man.
Oh yeah, man. Too hey, bro. There's too much beat in that songs. In them songs, man. Too much beat.
And also as well, man, just the following year, I have to bring this song up. I don't want to make this all like to just feature all the way through, but one of my personal favorite features that you did was actually the song "Make Money" alongside the one and only Mad CJ Mack from the Ann Banks album Big Things. Man, I was wondering, could you tell us a bit more about that? And of course, what was it like just working with West Coast phenomenon CJ Mack and of course Ann Banks?
Man, at that point in time, I never had met either one of those dudes. I knew of them, but I had never met them. So Cube had called me, said, "K-Dee, what you doing?" I said, "Oh man, I'm not doing nothing right now. I think I was heading home or whatever." And he was like, "Hey, you want to be a part of Ann Banks' compilation? He got one more spot left." I'm like, "Bro, like how you going? You gonna ask me? Do I want to? Of course, I want to be a part of it." He's like, "All right, well, come down to the studio." He gave me the address. He said, "Come down to the studio, so we can get it cracking." I drive him to the studio. Of course, Ann Banks is in there. We chopped it up. He showed me the beat. I do my thing. CJ Mack come in. I never met him. What's up, CJ? K-Dee. What's up, K-Dee? And when this dude said his rap, I was like, whoa. I got to go back in my bag. I got to go back in my bag. Not saying that I thought he was going to be right. It wasn't that. It was just that I didn't think he was going to come. I don't know. I thought that we both was going to come a little different on that song. But when I heard his part, I was like, whoa, he coming like that. I said, okay, yeah, I gotta go on my bag. And the song came out, man, phenomenal, man. Everybody that hear that album, hey, man, I love that song, man. Number 12, man, Make Money. That's my cut, man. That's like, good looking, bro. Good looking. So, yeah, that's another song I went in my bag on.
And also,
so improve on that one.
And also as well, man, another one you actually did, and this one, the reason why I'm bringing this one up, because this is definitely, kind of like away from, of course, Ice Cube's label, but you also did work at Rap-A-Lot Records, man, alongside Devin the Dude for his project, Dude. I was wondering if you can actually tell us a bit more about that, and of course, what was it like just being in the studio with someone like Devin the Dude?
Another feature from a person that I had never met before I did it, and that feature almost didn't happen. This was around the time when Ice Cube and the whole little camp was, I guess, distancing themselves from me. I wasn't getting any calls anymore from them. They wasn't calling me for videos or going out for shows or anything. And then I get a call from a guy that I was dealing with. He's a manager for a guy I knew, but me and him were doing business too. And he told me, he said, "Hey man, I got a call from a buddy of mine that said that Scarface was calling, looking for you." Like, Scarface? Like, what's Scarface looking for me for? He's like, "I don't know, bro." He said, "I got his number. He needs you to call him." So I called Scarface and he, "K-Dee, what's up, man?" I'm like, "What's up, Face? What's going on?" He's like, "Man, I've been trying to get at you for the longest." I'm like, "How you been trying to get at me for the longest?" He's like, "Bro," he said, "I've been calling, leaving messages." I'm like, "Who you been leaving messages with?" He like, "Brother Ron up at Lynchmont Records." I'm like, "Oh, shit." I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "Face, I never got those, bro." He like, "What? What?" I'm like, "Nah, I never got those, man." He like, "Man, I've been trying to get you, man." He said, "Cause Devin," he said, "I'm be doing Devin the Dude's album, and he requested you. He said he wanted K-Dee on his album." He said, "Man, I'm willing to fly you down here, man, to Houston, man, and come mob it out with us." I'm like, "Man, no doubt." So he paid for me to come through me out there, man, put me up in the room, and the first day I'm there, they come get me, take me to the studio. We in the studio chilling. I meet Devin. What's up, Dev? And then when I meet Devin, I'm like, it start coming to me. Because at first I really didn't. I heard the name before, but I didn't really know too much about Devin. But when I got there and I started talking to him and I heard his voice, I'm like, this is this dude. I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be on. So we just started vibing. They just putting on beats, playing beats. And we like, "What beat you like? What beat you like?" I'm like, "I like that one." But then Big Chief come in, which from Rap-A-Lot Records. Big Chief come in like, "Man, what y'all doing?" And man, time is money. And like, "Hey, we playing beats." He like, "K-Dee, you hear a beat you like?" I'm like, "Yeah, I beat before this one." He like, "Put that one up." They put it up. He like, "This gonna be this a song." And that was the One Day at a Time. That was the first one, the One Day at a Time. Scarface wasn't even there yet. So we went in and smashed that one out. They like, "Let's do another one." And that's when Face come. And he hear that beat. And Faith like, "Oh, I like this." He like, let me go in the booth. So he went in the booth and he did his little intro on the song, and that was it. Devin went in, did his part, K-Dee went in, did his part, and then I went in and did my part. And there you have it. K-Dee was a part of Devin the Dude's first album.
And if I'm not mistaken, you actually did 2 songs on that project as well, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it was Can't Change Me and One Day at a Time.
Yeah. That's why I said the second one, that's when Scarface finally came in and he heard the second beat that we were playing, and that's when he was like, hey, let me go in the booth. And he went in the booth and to talk the intro. That's because he had just came, because he wasn't there when we did the One Day at a Time. He came right when we finished it. And then it was time for the next one, and he hearing it, he and everybody with us, and he's loving what we coming up with. He's like, oh man, I got some. Let me go in there. And he went in the booth and he laid a little intro for it. Yeah, that whole little thing was I really dug that whole encounter. That was, man, they really treated me cool, man. They showed a brother love, man. They really did. And to this day, me and Devin the Dude is cool. Every time, I can say every time, but the majority of the time when he come out to LA, man, he hit me up. I go to his hotel room, we chill, we smoke out. We have a good time.
And also, jumping ahead in the timeline a little bit, September 9th of 2016, you actually released the album titled Black Rolling Stone. I was wondering if you can actually tell our listeners a bit more about this particular project. And of course, where can we actually buy or stream ourselves a copy today?
Yeah, Black Rolling Stone. Shout out to my business partner, Arsenal. That's my man right there. For a while, bro, I'm not even going to lie. I kind of, after this whole thing with the Ice Cube thing, I kind of got sour on the whole rap game. So I wasn't really doing nothing until some years later when a guy hit me up, was like, hey, I want you to do a show. I'm like, damn, do a show. I'm like, sheesh, I ain't done music in a while. I didn't even know how to put together a show tape at that time. So that's when my man Arsenal was like, bro, we got the studio over here. We got beats. Come over here. We hook you up a show tape. And then that's how that session formed with Arsenal, which is the guy who I did the Black Rolling Stone album with. So we were talking about me coming back out with some more music, and he suggested, he said, hey, well let's do a little compilation with me and you first, just to put out and test the water before you do your solo shit. I'm like, okay, cool, let's do it. Because like I said, I hadn't put nothing out in a while at that time. So I'm like, cool, that'd be cool. I can team up with you and do something and test the water, see how it feels. If I, still got the K-Dee feel or whatever. And we hooked up with a producer, got all the beats from him. They were tight, and we just smashed it up, Mr. C. And bro, it came out cool to me. I like the project. I really do. It didn't do what I thought it was gonna do, but I like the project. You got some cool songs on there, and it's out on all digital platforms too. You can Spotify, Google Play, Apple Music. It's out on all of them. You can get it out there.
And I gotta say as well, man, such a phenomenal project. And I gotta say, I'm surprised it didn't do massive numbers, man, because you guys had, I believe it was almost 20 songs, man, of just straight bangers, man. The one song I really enjoyed was Check Ya Ho.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites too, man. That one and Side Piece. Yeah, those are my two favorites. Yeah, Check Your Ho. Yeah, that. Oh my man, you did your homework. Boy, you didn't pick it out, huh?
I gotta say, I actually remember when that record dropped, man. I normally like separating my fandom while doing interviews, man, but I've been a fan of you for a long time, man, so I was always following, and I remember when that project dropped back in the day, man. I was so excited to see you, K-Dee, dropping another project, man. I had to double check on it. I wanted to make sure, because I do know with social media and everything, everyone's using a lot of the same names or taking the legends' names. But when I heard that beat drop and you get on that beat on that first song, I was like, oh shit, he's back. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people were saying that, man. They couldn't believe I'm finally back. And they was like, man, I saw the name. I'm like, I didn't know if it was you for sure or not. But yeah, man. I mean, we got some cooler reviews from it, But like I said, it didn't do what I thought it was going to do. But I should say it didn't make the noise that I expected it to. But it was cool for me, for one of my first releases in some years. So.
And also as well, man, immediately following this interview, I'm going to be playing your brand new song titled Gigolo Relief that actually was released May 6th of 2022, so just some weeks ago. For the listeners that might not have had the opportunity to hear this song yet, what can they expect from it when I play it right here on the FM dial momentarily? And of course, where can they actually check it out aside from after this interview? That way they can actually download it and purchase it.
Hey, man. If you're a K-Dee fan, they don't get from it that smooth ass player shit that K-Dee always give. You know what I'm saying? As a man, come on now, come on, bro. It's that smooth ass, laid back K-Dee shit. So when you hear it, when a beat first start, you already gonna know, like, okay, yeah, this that K-Dee shit. And then when I come in with the first couple of words, come on, there it is right there. But yeah, that's produced by my man DJ Sim. I did it a little while ago. I did it a little while ago. But yeah, no, it's a nice single, man. That's why I wanted to drop it first, man. It really shows the whole K-Dee persona. You know, the playerism, the laid backness, the smoothness. You know what I'm saying? Talking about the ladies. I think everybody gonna love it when they hear it, man. I mean, so far I've been getting nothing but good reviews from it, man. Everybody like, dude, you ain't lost a step, man. You still sound the same. That smooth K-Dee shit. So just expect that, man. Expect more to come from me. I got some more shit, bro. I got some shit. I got some shit for the drop, and people gonna be surprised.
But I have to ask, man, what is next for yourself, K-Dee? Because I do know you said you have some more stuff in the works and whatnot, but what is next for yourself? Like, is there anything we happen to miss during tonight's broadcast? Anything else you do still want to talk about or promote? Well, we still got you here live on the Canadian FM dial this evening.
Right. Well, we got the the Lynch Mob. We just got back together to do we just did a song. We recorded a song about 3 weeks ago, a month ago. Me, Dazzy D, JD, T-Bone, Lynch Mob 3, and Chili Chill. I just hollered at Dazzy a little while ago. He said he just came back and get mixed, so we're gonna shoot a video for it, and we're gonna smash that out. My man Dazzy D, he got a couple projects coming out. We got this group called New Legend. We got his solo shit coming out in a minute also. My man JD, he just dropped his EP. He's gonna drop another one. Me, I'm about to drop my album in about a month. It's called Gigolo Diaries. And that's pretty much. Oh, my son, I forgot about my son. You know, I got my son raps too, man. My son played on 10K. Check him out. He got some, man. My son got some heat, man. He really do. He got some heat.
Hey, man, like they say, like father, like son.
Yeah, man. I want y'all to check him out. Look him up on Facebook. It's _ Fredo 10K. And he got a couple songs out on digital music platforms. He got a song called Babe Ruth, Feeling Inside, and Auto Tune. And he got a couple more that's gonna drop that's fire.
And of course, K-Dee, this is the time in the interview, man, that I give a chance for the individual that slides into the radio station airwaves. Just a chance to give, like, shout-outs to whomever they want to give shout-outs to. But most of all, man, your social media handles. That way our listeners can follow you all across the board if they're not already doing so.
Yeah, you can check me out on Instagram at K-Dee Hidden Corners. That's KDEE _ hidden HITTIN _ corners CORNAS, which my son said I should change because he said it's too damn long. So I'm probably gonna do that. So, but yeah, check me out on there. I know a lot of younger people don't really mess with Facebook, but I'm on Facebook too as K-Dee Johnson, KDEE Johnson. What else am I on? Of course, I'm on TikTok. You just type in K-Dee, my shit should come up. That's pretty much it though. I'm sorry. And Twitter. I'm on Twitter. Same thing, K-Dee. The one and only K-Dee.
And I gotta say, first and foremost, K-Dee, thank you so much, man, for just giving us a bit of your time here this evening. Like I said during the interview, man, I've been a fan for a long time, so thank you for just making amazing music that all of us had the opportunity to enjoy for so many years, man. And I cannot wait to hear what is next by K-Dee, because I can just tell, man, that you're not even close to being done, man. And I can say us fans are definitely happy to have you back in hip hop and making that music, man. We're definitely waiting for the heat.
Man, hey, man, I appreciate that, man. I really do. I don't take none of what you said lightly, man. I take it all to heart, man. I appreciate it. I'm glad. I'm glad that my music was something that you enjoyed and you're still enjoying, and you're looking forward to the next shit. And you won't be disappointed when the next shit comes. I'm telling you right now, you will not be disappointed.
Hey, I got to say,
Yeah, hey,
I never was,
yo,
man.
look out for, yeah, be on the lookout for my man Dazzy D shit. He coming out. Be on the lookout for, I'm not be on the lookout. JD shit is already out. So check out JD's Revenge. You know, he just just got home a couple of months ago and smashed his projects out. Chill coming with some shit. T-Bone just shot a video. He got a song that's out on that's out on YouTube or whatever. You can check that out too. T-Bone from the Lynch Mob. So yeah, we all working, man. It's a blessing, man, that that we all. Right. It's funny too that we all at the same time. I don't know really how it happened like that. It's just that my shit that I've been trying to put out, like this song that I've just put out, I've been trying to put it out for a while. I just had like some legal stuff I was going through, and I couldn't put it out at the time, and I just kind of got most of it squared away just recently. So that's why I was able to smash mine out. But it's just crazy, like how everybody in the Lynch Mob right now is putting stuff out at this particular time. But it's a beautiful thing. I'm glad we are, because it makes it even better, because we all making the noise that we're making is going to be even bigger once we all drop our project. So telling everybody to be on the lookout for all that, man. Be on the lookout for the K-Dee shit. Be on the lookout for Dazzy D, JD, 3, T-Bone, my son, Fredo 10K. Bruh, it's 2022, but it ain't over, man.
And I gotta say, first and foremost, K-Dee, thank you so much again, man, for just giving us a bit of your time. And I gotta say, definitely have yourself a wonderful night out there on the West Coast. Hopefully down the line we can make this happen again sometime soon.
Oh yeah, no, most definitely, bro. I mean, bro, I appreciate you even reaching out and having me on. And I definitely want to come back, man. I definitely want to come back. When my album is done, I definitely want to come back and chop it up with you. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate the love, all that, man.
Hey, man, that definitely sounds like a plan to me, man. You already know we're connected on Facebook, so the moment I see that record drop, not only will I hit that purchase link like always, I'll make sure to hit you up and get you back on the station as well.
Woo! That's what I'm talking about, baby.
Hey, you already know, K-Dee. Have yourself a wonderful night, man. We definitely shall talk soon.
You too, man. Baby!